Welcome to Word-Xpress. We are here on location at Kelly Ingram Park in Birmingham, Alabama, right in front of the Historical Civil Rights Institute. I'm here with LaQuita Holmes, who is a poet, Black studies enthusiast, activist, and author today. And she is going to teach us a few things about the civil rights movement and share with us some of the work that she is doing here as a poet and an educator in Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome to Word-Xpress. Thank you for taking the time to do this interview with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me here.
Okay. I want to start off a little bit with your background. You have a Bachelor's of Arts in Black Studies from Berea College in Berea, Kentucky.
Yes, that's correct.
And you also discovered at a young age that you have a gift with oratorical speaking and spoken word and poetry. And so now up until this point in the present, you've managed to combine these two talents and these two interests to do what you're doing today. Tell us what you do here with the Civil Rights Institute, Black history, your poetry, spoken word, and how did you manage to blend the two together, and how did you step into this role and this vision that you have?
Well, I am the executive director of Visionary Civil Rights Heritage Tours, which is a local civil rights company that teaches civil rights and the history of our people and our culture in a number of different mediums. And because I am an educator first at heart, I always seek ways to actually effectively teach my audience. Because I believe that if I go in front of an audience and I speak for an hour, 30 minutes, or however long, and I'm just giving them a straight lecture, most of the information that I give will actually go in one ear and out the other. And since God has given me the talent of spoken word and given me the love for poetry, I have blended the two fields to actually make for great education.
So you just made a very powerful point. Poets and artists can use their medium and their talent to continue to educate our people of, lots of information and things that we need to learn. So what is it that you hope to accomplish by teaching Black studies or Black history through poetry? What is it that you want to do with that?
Well, one thing that I've noticed by being a former employee of the Civil Rights Institute, and being able to see the different groups to come in, they'll come in and go through the entire museum in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And when you talk directly to them and ask them what they have learned or what they know about the history, regardless of what race they are, they don't know a whole lot about it. So when I went on to start my own company, Visionary Civil Rights Heritage Tours, I wanted to make sure that I could give them great outreach programming to actually teach them so they'll know. And there are so many times when I will be in Walmart or be at the mall or be out somewhere, not actually teaching at the moment, but in a different setting, and I'll have young kids who walk up to me and they say, "Oh, I remember when you came to my school," or,
wow.
"Oh yeah, you did that poem, Nappy Hair, you was talking about your nappy hair."
You made an impact.
And even if it is just one line, that one line out of that one whole full hour that I actually taught them, it will grab their attention, and then it will make them want to go outside of the Fantastic Four. And when it comes to their civil rights project or report in school, or if they're just talking with their friends, and they'll have some kind of interest in it based off of something that I said.
Now, speaking of nappy hair, you have a collection of poetry called Nappy-Minded Ideology. That's a very eye-catching, maybe even, what's the word I'm looking for, kind of shocking title. How did you come up with that title, and what do you mean by nappy-minded ideology?
Well, I believe that we as a people, as African American people, we have gotten away from having blackness at our core, at our very essence, and we have assimilated to another's standards of thinking, just generally. And I remember back in 2002, if I'm not mistaken, yes, in 2002, I went natural. I cut all of my hair off, and I had a little afro that was probably less than a centimeter high. And when my friends came back to school, they were giving me all kinds of flack. Why did you cut your hair? Why you got that nappy hair? Why you got, and it was all negative. And I basically told them that I decided that it was time for me to view black beauty through black eyes. And when I can look at myself and see that I am beautiful, in my natural form, then that's me being able to appreciate myself and other people who look like me and the people who came before me to make it even possible for me to be where I am today. So when I was thinking about writing a book and, putting my collection of poems together, I really do believe that we have to get back to that nappy-minded ideology, this way of thinking, not just beauty, but just overall.
So how can people get a hold of or purchase your book? Or I see you have a CD as well.
Yes, both of these products are available on my website at www.visionary-tours.com, and it's also available on Amazon.com.
Okay. And so later on, you're going to do a little bit of poetry. Are you going to choose a poem from that book or something different?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, that's the part I'm looking forward to the most. Not too long ago, you participated in a pre-rally when Trayvon Martin's parents came to Birmingham, Alabama. Can you tell me a little bit about that event and your role and participation in that?
Well, another group here, and I think it was the Outcast Voters League, were very instrumental in actually bringing his parents here. And he actually has family that attends Miles College in Birmingham. Well, actually it's in Fairfield, but we're all here. And so that connection actually brought his parents here. And because of my position as the education chair of the Metro Birmingham branch NAACP, our president asked me to bring a number of artists together to actually put on a pre-rally, like a motivational type of, let's get the crowd excited about them and let's get them moving and, ready for their time here. So I was able to invite about 5 different artists from the city to come out and actually perform. And we just got the crowd excited and pumped up about their visit here. And we actually performed here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, and they had a little press conference right outside of the Civil Rights Institute. And then later on, if I'm not mistaken, that same day, they had a big town hall meeting at Miles College.
Well, you are truly an amazing and powerful woman right here in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm really proud of you and what you do. And once again, I want to thank you for agreeing to do this interview. I feel like what you're doing is such a powerful impact here, and not only in Birmingham, but I could see your impact across the country. And so I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to get to know this lady, if only for just a few moments here through the Word-Xpress interview. Thank you so much for tuning in, but don't go away because LaQuita is going to give us a short, somewhat of a tour of, or teach us a short Black history lesson right here in Kelly Ingram Park and share some of her poetry from the Nappy-Minded Ideology spoken word collection that she has. So stay tuned.